Pardon an interruption, this is Troy Hill with the Star Chronicles. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So if you're interested in making your own podcast, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
This is Brian.
This is Casper.
Yo, this is ED.
This is Darius Lewis.
This is Troy Hill, and you're listening to the Knights at the Sound Table.
Strip club voice. And
I'm letting them know that they're listening to the night.
No,
Knights at the Sound Table.
We sitting at the table, son.
Yeah. I might also add in that Brian's the only person got a Tinder profile pic and stuff on his thing here.
How's we gonna get through a podcast, man? Cause we be dying
Yeah, was that Ric Flair in the background?
We going in the realms that I'm not familiar with. You 50 years old with some skinny jeans and shit.
I'm not physically designed to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I would need to have like skinny jeans, like a kangaroo pouch down there. Because I couldn't wear them any other kind of way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Knights at the Sound Table. We have Darius, we have Lee, we have Mark, and we also have this evening a new Lisa on Life, her wonderful podcast, Inspirational. We have Lisa as a co-host as well. So how are you doing this evening, Lisa?
I'm good. I feel very honored to be here.
Well, yes. Well, as you should. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But we got Lee. How are you doing this evening, Lee?
I am doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm not doing too bad. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week.
All right, good.
When I get done with this, I got a rum and coke waiting on me.
Nope, ain't nothing wrong with that. Darius, how are you feeling?
I'm blessed.
Yo, I felt it in my soul.
Yeah. I knew you was waiting on that one. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Bless your soul.
Hallelujah.
Bloom, 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 bloom. Jesus, glorify his name. Bloom, 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 bloom. That's when the pastor comes in. Lord. Anyways. No, we're here just having conversations about life and stuff, some things, funny things and situations going on around us. And Lisa, she's on the show here to share a very, very entertaining story. Well, I thought it was entertaining anyways. I got to laugh at it, but go ahead and share with us, Lisa.
so since I'm on a guy's podcast, I just need y'all's opinion. So I was approached last week. It was on Facebook Messenger by a man that I don't know at all, and he messaged me. I think we're in the same group, something. I don't even know how he found my Facebook, but he messaged me and was complimenting whatever, and then he was like, so his first question after the kind of generic stuff was, are you open to attention? I was like, well, I'm not even really sure I know what that means. And then, so he started offering. Now, remember, bottom line of the story, I've never met this human being. Prior to this, I didn't even know he existed. He wanted to take me shopping to buy me a new outfit. And I said, well, no, that's not appropriate. I don't know you at all. And he started really criticizing me because why am I being so negative? And I was like, I just don't. Anyway, he kept talking about him being a man of high education and high standards and lots of money to be able to do these things for me. And I said, that's fine if we're in a relationship or even if we're dating. that kind of attention is okay, but I don't even know you. And he just kept going back to, why do you have to know me? Why do you? And then it transitioned into, well, so you're telling me that if I was to take you to or he asked me what my favorite food was. And I said, I'm a steak and potatoes girl because I grew up in the West Texas. My family's all, we're all farmers and ranchers. And and so he said, so if I were to take you to really get a really nice steak at Cheddar's,
Cheddar's has steak.
and so I'm legit trying not to come off as I have no problem with Cheddar's. I love Cheddar's, but you've been talking to me for 10 minutes about how much money you have, and then you talk about taking me to Cheddar's and then taking me for a full body massage. I'm like, first of all, if I'm not going to go shopping with you, what makes you think I'm going to go to a massage place with you? And he just kept, and so finally I just had to pull off the nice hat. And I said, listen, in my experience, people with money don't talk about it. People with, that go to nice places don't talk about it. And so as my guy friends, because you're all technically my friends in my head, but what?
In your head movies?
Yes. So okay, and just be honest. Would you approach somebody brand new with those kinds of propositions, unless you were expecting something in return? Is that what I'm up against these days?
Let's go. I'll kick it to Darius. What do you think? And let's not knock on Cheddar's. Because I don't want to get sued.
No.
I think Cheddar's has some pretty decent food, but I'm not going to be talking about balling and then bring up Cheddar's. That's not going to be the first restaurant I'm going to pick. But go ahead, Darius.
No, obviously the dude is after something.
Meow.
He's definitely trying to go after a little something. But like Troy was saying, like what you were saying too, Lisa. If somebody's got money like that, they ain't gonna sit there talking about it. They ain't gonna, be like, oh yeah, I do this, I do that, but then I'm gonna take you to Cheddar's. That's like somebody saying like, maybe this and that, and then I'm gonna take you to Steak and Shake. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, you like steak?
But,
we're going to Steak and Shake.
Right, exactly. And I'm older, and I'm like, what do girls? Okay, let me flip it around then. So he kept asking me why I was so closed off and why I was so. And I said, finally I was just like, I don't, do girls really say yes to that? Is the second part of that. Well, then he offered to pay, he was like, so if I was going to offer to pay half of your rent and all that, you would say no? And I was like, absolutely, I would say no, because I'm for sure that comes with stipulations. But to me, the most, it blew my mind because he's clearly asked and apparently been able to do those things for someone else.
No,
or he would never think that was okay.
You would have to ask. This is probably his bit. It's just the law of averages. You ask 20 people the same damn shit, one person's going to say, yeah, the 20 probably, maybe two or three. So, I'm sure he probably had the same spiel like several other people and stuff. What's your thoughts on that, Mark?
The simple use the simple to get simple things. It's all the basics. He was of the impression that Lisa was simple, and that a simple statement or a simple insinuation that he had money would garner a simple response in her, thinking that she was going to, be willing to be whatever. And, as a hooker, sugar baby, sucker, whatever you want to call it, so, when men use simple tricks because they want simple results. And as a result, he was of the impression that you were a simple individual. Does that work? Yeah. I've seen it a million times. Hey, I got some money. I got a Jag outside, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I come back, but, I got stories galore on the opposite side of that conversation. But basically, he really just believed that just a few statements and, like the old, pardon me, Sprung movie, drop a receipt and make it look like you got money type thing, give them an illusion and they'll fall for it.
Oh, bless his heart. He got told all about himself too.
That's a lot of damn work. Be walking around with random women with holding receipts and shit. Drop. Oh shit! There's my receipt. Oh, that's a lot of damn work.
Yeah, but like you said, there's people that do it though. There's people that go that route. And it's just ridiculous that you got to do that just to try to impress somebody or something.
Well, it's not even about impressing. They just want the goodies. They don't even.
Yeah, it's almost like they're a predator.
Right. They don't even want anything of depth or substance. They just want, the honeypot.
Yeah, it's like the guy on book that will heart like every female's picture that follows him and stuff, just to like throw out that line and stuff, or like that woman be like, oh, he hearted my picture, and I'm gonna slide in and say something, or like a few of his pictures and do all that bull. It's like the same damn thing. It's kind of like it's just like a little like a predator mentality and stuff, I guess. What's your thoughts on that, Lee?
Well, with the way social media is now and all this money type, having things type stuff is portrayed, and there's actually women that do fall for it. He figured he had a shot, so he went for it. Whether he really had it or not, it obviously has. He's used it before. And then we live in a generation now, in a time now where people do fall for stuff. Women do fall for it. Men fall for it. You have apps like Tinder that are not really dating apps. They're like hookup apps. So they trying to make Facebook Messenger and Instagram direct message that same type of setup, and usually with older women or men or people in general that have morals, that kind of stuff ain't gonna work. So money don't mean nothing.
At the end of the day, what's your thoughts on any of this, Lisa?
Well, I mean, needless to say, he told me that I was me saying no wasn't deterring him at all. And he doesn't give up that easily. He called himself, he goes, you watch football, right? I was like, yeah, I probably know more about football. I probably forgot more about football than you've ever watched, but yes. Okay. And he said, I'm the guy who calls the plays. I'm the guy who runs the plays. I hand off, I catch the ball, I score the touchdown, and I come back and high five myself. And I said,
wow.
Not taking the one cheddars, you're not.
Right, exactly. I said, I don't even know what that means. And he goes, I don't give up easily. And here's what you need to know about me. If we're ever having a serious discussion and I say, let me tell you something, if I ever start a phrase with that, if I ever started with that, you need to know it's getting ready to end pretty quickly. And then I said pumpkin too after that, which was very condescending. I said, let me tell you something, pumpkin. If you think you're going to keep coming at me like that and it's going to get you anywhere, you're wrong about that. And sure enough, he did call me the next day and I didn't answer, and I haven't heard from him since. So, I mean, I was floored by this, and I talked to Tori about it, and I was like, is this real life? Like, what is that? Like, anyway, so it was.
No, it's society, because it's for those that have zero substance to really offer anything. That's the first thing they talk about, is what their possessions are, what their money is, and and all this other type of stuff. They don't have any other selling point. They're not going to be caring. They're not going to be loyal. They probably are not very intelligent. I mean, I think the most key, I'll tell a person's like really, really smart. When you just listen to them talk, and you have to tell them, and that person doesn't have to tell you that they're smart. You just automatically just know. You don't have to talk about, I'm educated. Well, shit, congratulations. Hell, several people in the world got college degrees and all the other type of stuff. So what the hell ever. I don't know. I just think the whole thing's bizarre, even with the explanation of like, I'm the guy that calls in the play. I'm the guy that runs the play. I catch the football. I run it in the end zone. Just say that just say some shit that's simple, that's understandable. Like, I'm the guy that makes impossible possible. A lot easier. If you listen to the show, guy, you might want to write that shit down. Nobody wants to hear your fucking nobody wants to hear your fucking nursery rhyme riddles, you stupid knuckle fuck. But anyways,
Wow, that escalated quickly. See, this is why I like having guy friends, because you can talk about stuff like this. And
no, I just think that's just ridiculous, and stuff like that in this world is what the reason why people forget about the core principles of what a relationship should truly be. That's two people working together as one, sharing a common goal. You're in your bubble. That's your safe haven. You know, you always got somebody to lean on and talk to. All the other shit, it does not matter, because all that shit can go tomorrow. So when you wake up in the morning, you know, either in death or you might have lost your job or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, you can't really hold on to all that other type of stuff. So, what's your thoughts on that, Mark?
Well, as far as a genuine substance in a relationship, or just even an adult interaction, there has to be some kind of connection. There has to be some kind of chemistry. And obviously, this dude trying to holler at Lisa just had zero substance and zero chemistry. You know, there has to be a foundation with everything, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, even a business partnership. There has to be a solid foundation.
right.
So.
Yep. I mean, it definitely has to be some type of teamwork level. I mean, like Darius said a couple of weeks, like, you know, you got to have that. That ride and die type of thing going on. You know, you got to have that person be like, shit, you know, I'm not going to stand ahead of you. You're not going to stand ahead of me, but we're going to walk through this bitch side by side, you know, and get to where we need to go. But what's your thoughts on that, Darius?
I couldn't agree more. You know, I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of still just laughing about this dude saying cheddars and shit. So
yeah, that's damn. I can even do better than that.
yeah. You know, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not knocking cheddar.
No, not at all. But I'm not.
It's just
none of us are saying we're ballers either.
Right,
know.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's the best you can do. You know what I mean?
Well,
Come on,
after 6 different mentions of having money, and you know, I was like, I can take myself to Cheddar's. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, matter of fact, I can take myself to Nick and Sam's if that's what you want to do. But good Lord, like, and I've
you could have said some Del Frisco or some Three Forks or something.
Yeah, every single person I've told that story to has. I mean, the guys that I work with have just scream laughed because they heard it exactly the same way y'all did. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that, Lee?
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Darius.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, let me break this pool stick. I'm going to throw it in the middle of the floor. You and Darius and Lee go at it right now. Whoever wants to go. Fight for it, though.
Oh, it ain't no need for all that.
Okay.
But I do. I want to ask Lisa, though, what made you open the message?
Well, okay, good call. Good, that's fair. I was like, who is this, first of all? Well, then I saw we had a mutual friend. Okay, now keep in mind, my hometown is really small, like 2 stoplights small. And I know I just said the word lights, and I know y'all are going to make fun of that, and that's okay, because I'm ready for that because of my accent. But my hometown...
Did she say... What was that? I didn't hear
2
you.
stoplights.
What light?
Lots.
What was that last part?
Lots.
Stop.
Lots.
Lips.
I got something for your ass, lady. You're going to say one in a second, and I'm locked and loaded.
You know what?
She said 2 stop lips, I think.
I thought she said 2 stop lots.
That's okay. I got something for your ass, Lee. And Darius and Troy know. They know I'm way better. I'm like one of those cats that's like...
So in this town of 2 stop lots,
I wish you could.
Like, did she say
I'm
Lent?
sending y'all.
Stop lots.
The only people I'm
Stop.
not sending hand gestures to right
Lent,
now are Darius and
Lent
Mark.
still going on? Lent still going on? Are we still eating fish on Fridays? What's going on? Lent? What?
No, we're gonna go to the stop lots in the parking lot.
No.
Yeah, we're going down.
We're gonna
pull our
cars up to the stoplight.
Yeah, we're going.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna go to the Cheddars and eat catfish on Friday.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
but back to her.
Okay, so
Back to why.
Yeah, so my hometown is really small. So when I saw we had a mutual friend, I was like, okay, well maybe maybe it's somebody I should know or whatever. And so that's ultimately why I opened it. Well, then come to find out, I said, "Oh, do you know?" Since you could see the mutual friends, I said, "Oh, so you know such and such." He goes, "Oh yeah, like he's known me since I was an intern and blah blah blah." And I just got that feeling like he's full of shit. Like I literally was like, okay, yeah, I know. And so I said, oh, that's awesome. I said, his mother was my 4th grade teacher and his dad was my elementary school principal all the way through school. The minute I said that, then I said, I'm also friends with his sister to this day. The minute I started throwing out people's names and whatever, he started backing up. Well, I mean, like, I haven't seen him in a really long time and blah, 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 blah. And so there you have it, Lee. That's why I opened the message.
Okay. I mean, I was asking because maybe, you saw a pic and you thought he was cute or...
I mean, he wasn't a bad-looking guy, but 2 words in, I was like, ooh, no. Mm-mm. He's proof that... I mean, he wasn't a bad-looking guy, but the conversation immediately made him not attractive.
Yeah, there's no sexier guys than the Knights at the Sound Table.
I mean,
if they don't match up to us on the image level, I don't think we should entertain that.
As I start slowly stepping, as I start slowly stepping back into the darkness and shit, I don't want to be part of this conversation.
Are you? I mean, like, so this is my benchmark now. Like, I have to say, okay. Here, I like put up all the pictures, like your profile pics, and put them all up here and be like, yeah, no, sir, I'm sorry, I just met you, but you don't match up to these, so I got to keep it moving.
I thought you already did that.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were doing.
Oh, fair. Yeah, you're right.
like you whip out like a little litmus paper with pictures of all of us on it and stuff. Maybe? No.
Like where do you live, Lisa?
I live in Texas.
Where at?
In Dallas.
In Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm coming to see you. We got some shit to handle.
That's fine.
Anyway.
I tell you the same thing I told a boy on the thing today. You're walking over, but you're limping back, Lee.
Yeah, I can limp back. I'm limping already. I'm old as hell, so it don't matter. Just let me borrow the walker. I'm good.
You can borrow it.
Let me borrow.
Well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Like I said, we got a wonderful show going on right now. Definitely enjoy the conversation. We got Mark, we got Darius, we got Lisa, and we also have Darius on the show. We'll be right back.
And Lee, don't forget Lee.
Hold on, you said me
you
twice.
You said Darius, and we
twice.
also have Darius.
Yeah.
And 2 Dariuses don't make a dark ass Lee.
No, it don't. No, it don't. I said Darius twice because we blood, we fans. So. No. And we got Lee. So yeah, best it up. Yeah, go ahead and punch me in the face, everybody. Anyway, but we'll be right back here in a few moments, only at the Knights of Sound Table. having a wonderful time with this show. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are, providing you with just some laughs and just some insights on just different topics and things that go on in the world. I got Mark, I got Darius, also got Lee, and also we have special guest with her podcast, which I suggest everybody check it out. It's called A New Lease on Life. It's available on all media formats. Very, very inspirational, very thought-provoking. It's definitely something that's probably geared toward women, but but you can definitely transition it into like a man's point of view, and it'll work for you. Very, very proud of her with the podcast. Actually, we got Lisa here with us this evening, and we're just kind of like just talking about relationships, like kind of like do's and don'ts, men and women, frustrations, or possibly with relationships, or trying to get into a relationship, because we're all a little bit older. We're all in our 40s or whatever, except one, or one soon. That would be old Mr. Challenge back there and stuff.
Challenge.
Get ready to do his exclusive tap dance. But it is a little bit different, for us, because I think all of us have been through certain things in relationships, bad relationships, might be really good relationships that then things kind of like fall off. So our expectations might be a little bit different from what we've already been through, because we've been through the good, we've been through the bad, the ups and downs, highs and lows. But Lee had a question that he wanted to ask Lisa.
So yeah, being Lisa is the only woman on the show tonight, I figured I would ask you this question, Lisa. And that question would be, this is my first time ever interacting with you besides on our Nights at the Sound Table podcast page.
Which
so I don't know.
Which everybody should check out. Go ahead.
Check
and
it
go
out.
To Facebook. Yeah, go to Facebook, search for Nights at the Sound Table podcast, and go ahead and join us. We got a lot of different stuff we have going on there. We give away free merchandise. We also do trivia. We also have questions about just random things about your childhood or things that currently are going on today. But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt, Lee. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. That was a good plug.
Thank you.
But anyway, being this is my first time actually conversing with Lisa, I don't know if she's single, married, or whatever, but my question will still be okay.
It'll be safe.
It'll be safe. What qualities do you actually search for in a man? And two, are you okay with a man wanting to do it all for you, as far as pay all the bills and do all the work, just do it all?
That's a lot. Like that's a big question. But no, like, so here's the thing about me. So my things have changed, and Troy and Darius and I talked about it a few weeks ago, and that, when I was younger, it was about the pretty picture, and and I get it still, even now. I can't say that I'm totally, because I'm not dumb either. Like, there has to be that physical, the physical chemistry, even, like, to even have the conversation starter. But for me now, it's more about your character. And, we talked about it a few weeks ago, and just how do you treat other people? You can tell a lot about a person by how they treat people that can't do anything for them. The clerk at the convenience store, or if you're at fancy big baller Cheddar's, how do you treat your server? Or, wherever you are, you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat somebody. And, I've met guys that, initially I probably would not, especially now in the days of meeting people online or whatever. You're going to get the best version of them, because anybody who has a crappy picture on a online dating app, you're going to get the best version of them. So when you actually do meet them in person, they may not be as good looking as their best picture that they put on the whatever website. But when you're getting to know somebody, and just, it's about character, and like we talked about, honesty, and then just like, I love a sense of humor. I think, I'm going to give you guys credit, whatever. You are a good looking bunch of guys. But I think part of the draw, more so even, is that you guys are funny, because I love to laugh. And I'm not a big follower of astronomy or whatever, but I know what the Leo is, and that is me to my core. And so a sense of humor is probably one of the most important things. Being able to have, when I say intelligence, I don't necessarily mean like education topic intelligence, but I want to be able to have intelligent conversations that aren't just, surface level. It has to be able to, we need to be able to sit and, like, I'll never forget in 2016, when the election results were coming in, the guy I was dating at the time, we were talking full politics, and, we happened to be on the same side of the aisle, but it was like, is this, we were having, intelligent conversations about nothing involving either one of us, you know what I mean? And so intelligence is big, sense of humor is big. Your, religion is important to me. And so that's a big thing for me too. As far as my willingness to this one's tough for me. When you said, would I be open to letting someone do all the things? If I'm in a serious relationship, I believe I'm a little bit of a hybrid, I guess, in that I do believe in the traditional structure of a relationship where the man is the head of the household. And here's the people that know me really well are going to be shocked at what I say, because I'm very strong-willed. I'm very A-type personality. Are you making fun of me, Troy?
No,
Okay.
that was a legit talk.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But like, yeah. So like, I don't, and this is not me talking like the guy, but like I've worked my way up in my career, and the thing about it is, and I told him the other day, when I meet somebody and I tell, when I was younger, I would say, I don't need a man, and I don't need, that was meant as kind of a derogatory phrase, in that I don't, I'm that girl. I don't need a man to
Yeah, I'm self-sufficient. I can do it by myself. I get you.
Right. Which is still the case, even more so now. But I don't need you in the sense that I need you to take care of me and take me to fancy cheddars. But I want you as a partner. And I do believe in the structure, the traditional structure of the relationship, and that the man is the head of the household. But I also need somebody who is going to respect that I do have a career, and I do want to contribute to that household. But it doesn't matter to me, like we talked about the other day, is once that relationship happens and that bond is formed and it's strong and there's a foundation there, we are a unit. So while I will defer to you, as the head of the household, we may be having a knockdown, not a literal, knockdown, drag out, but we may be fighting like cats and dogs here about something going on with our family. But then when we get outside of this house, we're united front. And I'm going to defer, to the man, because as the head of the household. So I'm kind of I wouldn't have a problem, I guess, to try to wrap it up. I wouldn't have a problem with someone doing things for me, as long as I was like able to contribute to the overall household. Like, I'm doing air quotes right now. Mm-hmm. Like, does that make sense?
Well,
you just want to feel part of it.
What if the guy made less?
It doesn't matter to me, because that's what I'm saying. Like at this, and salary is always a weird thing, because it doesn't matter to me. But I guess I want to flip the question back to you guys, because I did have a guy that he ended up breaking it off because his ego could not deal with my salary versus his. Mm-hmm. So would it bother you as men if you were dating a woman or, whatever, that made a considerable amount more than you?
Hell no.
It wouldn't bother me, just for the reasons that I would be proud of the person's accomplishments and their level of success. You know, I mean, and I don't care about the material stuff pretty much at all. You know, I don't care if you're living in a house or living in an apartment or wherever the case may be. You know, if I'm down for you, that means I'm down for you in your success and in your failure, because I'm going to be there to support you and listen to you regardless either way. You know, that's just my thought process on it. What do you think about that, Mark?
I would have to agree. I mean, you know, a genuine relationship isn't built on material things. So, I mean, I've consistently been in relationships where, pardon me, my significant other was farther along in their professional existence than I was. You know, so as a result, it didn't bother me. I was like you. I was proud and happy and supportive. I'm like, hey, yeah, you know, do your thing. What do I got to do to help that?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Lee?
Yeah, it's me personally with relationships, and Lisa was touching base on a little bit, was it's teamwork. It's always going to be work. So you got to feel like you a part of something, because two heads are better than one. But if you work as one unit, there's nothing that can really stop you. Nothing can tear it apart. But you got to have that trust and that communication as well.
Exactly.
As far as the money deal and making more money, if I love somebody, if that somebody loves me, and I made $12 an hour and they made $100 an hour, I'm still gonna do my part, and we still gonna do what we have to do to coexist, to stay happy. So hopefully you with someone that don't always bring that up. Well, you need a better job, you don't even, whatever.
Right.
But if you taking that whole $12 an hour and it's going to the home or paying bills or whatever, and it's leaving you with nothing, you doing all you can. And to me, that's all it should be, is we working together to get to a common goal, because we building for a future. So one day things will change, but at this moment, I just need you by me while I'm going through this. You can make your 100 grand or whatever, and let me make my 20-30 grand a year. But just remember, my whole 20-30 grand is going to benefit us. And I think when you just work together and constantly communicate and constantly work at it, you have better relationships.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. What do you think about that, Darius? Because I have a follow-up question for Lisa on this particular one as well. So go ahead, Darius.
No, I couldn't agree with you guys more. I mean, like I said before, and I'll say it again, communication is the key. You know, as long as you're open with that person and you discuss how you feel about the issues. Let's say, for instance, if, you know, the guy did feel like, oh man, like, you know, this is bothering me or something like that, at least talk about it with the other person, you know? But it wouldn't bother me. The only thing that I could say is, like, if a person's ego got to them, and the naysayers, where they're constantly chirping in that person's ear, you know, like, oh, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that, you don't need that person. Well, no, you're trying to break up our team, and that's what it's about, is a team.
Because that's that new team, me, or whatever, that team in the future you think you're building is still not going to be as great as the original team. You know, I can't put it in context with like basketball, because like you look at Jordan, like the first 3 championships and stuff. Yes, wonderful team, but I do think what Rodman in the last 3 was highly superior, so that doesn't work. But sometimes, you know, your original go-to team is still the team. You know, so go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's all I was really saying.
It is
teamwork.
It is. I mean, through the ups and downs and stuff, you need that person that's willing to just be there for you, good and bad, good days, bad days.
But you gotta check all egos. I mean, the fact that ego came up, like, in these kinds of situations, just even being able to have the conversation, like, you got to check your ego at the door either way, because whether I'm making the most money or you're making the most money, if you understand that underlying principle, that at the end of the day, you know, it's our money, but when you get to that point, now that doesn't just happen in day one or week 1 or week 2. Like, you have to build that foundation of trust, because I mean, that's where prenups came from. Let's be real. Like, you got to build that foundation of trust to protect, your assets. But at the same time, if it's the person you're supposed to be with, and in my opinion, the person that God has divinely chosen for me, then money should be the last of our worries.
Exactly. I think when you start talking about money, you got like outside influence and stuff feeding that stuff, in your ear. And
that's where you got to check your ego, because
that's like that 3-letter word that'll ruin like a much bigger word, relationships.
And typically it's the man that has a harder time with it than the woman. Just from what I've seen and what I've been through.
Yeah.
Women usually don't brag about how much they make or whatever. It's the man that has the issue with the woman making more money than he makes, or because.
Well, I think with either way, it can't be something that is ever thrown in the other one's face. So if it can't be like, okay, if true. I make more or if you make more, and that's like a weapon that you keep to try to cut someone to their core. So like, if we do get in a discussion, and then I know if I say, well, you don't do shit anyway.
Motherfucker, you make $12 an hour. Get the
right. Exactly. Like, you can't, if you willingly go into a relationship and you build that foundation and you're building for a future and you're on that path, that can never be a discussion, because you went into it. This is my opinion. If I meet someone and they're making, I don't care if they're making 3 times less than me or 3 times more than me, let's put all the cards on the table and let's, just like Darius said, let's talk about it. Let's communicate. If we have any issues from the beginning, then we don't have to let it go any further, but let's put them all on the table, talk about them. And then just, it's hard. And I think especially in these days, like we talked about with the, the prevalence of social media, it is almost like a la carte dating. People are quick to bail because the next best thing is one swipe away or one stupid Facebook message away, or, whatever that looks like, one DM away. And so people are quick to bail. So like we talked about the other day, like nobody's willing to get in the mud and work it out and talk about it. And so, yeah, ego is the biggest relationship killer.
Well, to follow up with that question, I do have a question. How do you define leadership in a relationship from a male? Is that leadership necessarily monetary or
it's very rarely
social
monetary,
status, or is it something else that makes a guy a leader in a relationship?
My beliefs from how the relationship structure is, it does go back to how, being raised in the church. And so from a relationship standpoint, it doesn't, the leader of the household, the head of the household, doesn't have anything to do with how much money you make, or it's about being that, like the rock, basically being the rock of the family. And that's not saying that the head of the household doesn't ever have a bad day, but I feel like it's my job in a relationship to, it's so weird because I am I am a type A personality, and I am very mouthy, if you didn't know already, but it's like, it's my job to make sure that you're okay, because you've got to protect this household. I don't want to, I'm a sports junkie. So it's like, protect this house sounds a bit ridiculous, but that's kind of the way I feel. It's like, it has nothing to do with financial status or whatever. It's all about your ability. It's like your protection ability, and you're the cover for the family the same way, and I'm not to get all religious, but God is then the protection of you.
So you're looking at it more like that, like a level of safety, support, perhaps, being that person that you can talk to, or something to bounce ideas off of. And, you lay out this like thing of ideas that you have. Yeah.
But it's all encompassing when you talk about protection.
Yeah.
So when I say protection, I mean that in the sense that I can come to that person to, talk about things that may be going on at my job or with my family because at that point, I mean, this is our unit. Mm-hmm. So even though I've known my family longer, if I'm choosing that serious relationship, now that is my unit. That is my family. Not that I'm discarding my parents, my siblings, whatever, but that's my, so that protection level comes in the sense of it's all encompassing for me. It's communication, it's trust, it's money, being able to talk about whatever is going on.
Knowing that someone has your best interest, so to speak.
It shouldn't, okay, but it's not my best interest. It's our best interest. Mm-hmm. So I wish that they could be on here too, but they're going to be on my show sometime. It's my best friend and her husband. You'll hear me refer to my brother because he and I are that close. Their marriage is they are the best and I hope I'm going to see if they can come to the birthday party in August. But like every decision that the man makes, in this relationship that I'm describing, every decision is based on the best outcome for our family unit, whatever that looks like. It's not about him. It's not about me. It's about us as a unit. So, and then my job is, so let's say that, I was in a relationship. He came to me and said, I think we're going to blah, 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 this decision. He respects me enough to let's say I don't agree with it. He respects me enough to listen to my opinion. We have an open discussion about it. And then maybe we come to a different decision after I've given my opinion. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm going to defer to him. Obviously, unless it's something that's going to harm one of us, not something anything crazy like that. But I will defer to him. Now, keep in mind that's all based on the assumption that level of trust has been built, and that he has proven himself, not in a monetary sense, not in a anything financial, whatever, but that he's proven himself to be trustworthy to make those kinds of hard decisions, and then own it. If it ends up being a mistake, own it, or so that's kind of the blend, but it doesn't have anything to do with financial.
Okay. I was just really, really curious on that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Well, we're having a wonderful time here. We're talking like our second. It was kind of like relationships part 2. Darius, Lisa, you think? Probably the second, and we're also including. We got Lee and Mark on as well for this evening. Let's go ahead and take another quick commercial break and hear from our fine, loving sponsors, Anchor. The easiest way to do a podcast. We'll be right back here in a few moments with some more Nights at the Sound Table.
We are all ready to win, just as we are born, knowing only life. It is defeat that you must learn to prepare for.
I don't waste my time with it. When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?
I'll be too busy looking good.
are back. The Knights at the Sound Table, a wonderful show. Integrated with New Lease on Life this week. Again, go ahead and check out that podcast. It's on every media player out there in the free world. We got Lisa, we got Lee, we got Darius, and we got Mark. And Mark wants to play a damn game. He's feeling like festive. So go ahead and tell us about said game, Mark.
Okay, well, said game is called the What If game. And basically, you create a scenario of fantasy what ifs, such as, what if you won the Powerball this Saturday? What would you do? What would you do in the first 30 days if you won the Powerball? That's the what if question of the day.
Go ahead and kick that to Darius.
What if I won the Powerball? Huh?
What would you do in the first 30 days?
In the first 30 days, well, that depends on if I was able to cash in the ticket. I would go buck fucking wild and shit, strutting around town, Ric Flair robe, all just man. I'd be ecstatic.
A Ric Flair robe.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
I would be ecstatic. But I would bless everybody though. I'd have handouts. It'd be Thanksgiving for me because I'd be giving out stuff to people. So,
see, that's really, really cool. What would you do, Lee?
First thing I'm doing is I'm getting lawyers, accountants, in 30 days. So in that first 30 days at least, and then I am actually gonna donate to a couple charities, ones that do something for kids, the less fortunate. Of course, I'm gonna take care of my family a little bit and make sure my kids are grandkids set up for the rest of their life, and probably take a trip, go to Africa, Costa Rica, Utila, somewhere like that.
Okay, very, very cool. Well, what would you do, Lisa Lee?
Y'all won't hear from me for about 29 and a half days. I'm going to lay low. I have a code already set up with my best friends in Houston that nobody will know except for 2 people will know that it has happened because I don't want people calling me all the time, although I'm not going to have any problem saying no to the riffraff.
Anybody on the Knights of the Sound Table, or are we riffraffed?
No, nobody is riffraff.
But we're not in Houston. Just because you're not in Houston doesn't mean you're not going to reap the rewards from my winnings.
I could be from Houston.
Y'all are all going to reap the rewards from that, but I'm gonna piggyback off of what Darius said. We're having a Ric Flair party. Everybody's wearing Ric Flair robes, boots, trunks, wigs, whatever. That's gonna be the only requirement to get in. If you can't put on a Ric Flair robe, then I'm sorry for your luck because you're gonna miss out on these buckets of cash I'm about to be handing out. And so, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm calling ahead. I am going to Vegas. I'm calling ahead. I'm gonna tell them, look, bitches, I just won the Powerball. I need whichever one of y'all can comp me the most. That's where I'll stay and where I'll gamble for a little bit. I have some charity set up. I'm calling it I'm setting it up in a trust first because that's where you get the biggest tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about this for a long time, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
The Ric Flair party only came about from listening to y'all, though. That's new.
No, we dead serious about that shit because I am. I mean, that's one of my monikers is the black nature boy. I'm not fully 100% there yet, but once I get back, yes, if I won the Powerball, yes, I'd have that red sequins robe on. Walking around, just going woo, woo, taking the shit off, just giving elbow drops to like nothing on the ground and shit. And I wouldn't give a fuck. But that being said, that celebration would be so damn fucking contained that nobody would know it, but just me, my closest people. I could probably sit there and ask them, "You got PayPal? You got this or something?" Just like nonchalantly and nothing. I will say, I mean, I'm not gonna give you millions and shit. I'm not gonna do that, but I will definitely make your life a level playing field where you can get to where you want to be. You know, your debts would disappear. You know, and I mean, I'm gonna have my stuff in the trust. Your debts would disappear. Your house payment would disappear. Car payments, all that type of shit. I'm gonna give you the perfect opportunity to give you a clean slate in life, so you can prosper. You know, and after that, you know, outside of the damn circle, that's the only people who are gonna know. And I'm gonna ride off into the damn sunset because, yeah, the money would be wonderful, but I'm not gonna let it define me. You know, hell, I might still live in the same apartment complex with that damn money. I don't know.
That for 1 second.
Africa.
You know what though? I bet you there's one person on this show. This is one person on this show that knows I'm 100% serious. Darius, you know how serious I am about that shit. Yeah. I might have a fly ass ride, but outside of that, all the other type of stuff, I just don't care about.
Well, I get that, but I don't mean that you're gonna go be neighbors with Jerry Jones or anything like that. But you know,
no, there's things I want to pay off for people, and there's things I want to help people with. Like I said, I'm not gonna make you debt free. I'm not gonna make you where you don't have to work no more. Because, yeah, you're going to have to work, but I'm going to give you a level playing field in your life where you can do the shit that you want to fucking do and not have to worry about it no more. I mean, I will do that. I think that's fair. You know, isn't it? You don't think that's fair?
Yeah, it's your money. You can do what you want to with it.
Yeah, you know, and I might pay like a little money and stuff for a major TV network to tell people to kiss my black ass or if they're bilingual.
I'm pretty sure people are going to know then. Why is he buying random TV time to tell people to suck it?
But that would be the name of it. That would be the name of the TV show. Kiss my black ass.
Yeah, and it's subtitle if you're
ladies and gentlemen.
Kiss my black ass.
Welcome to the pilot episode of
Kiss My Black Ass. I'll be on Telemundo. I'll be on Telemundo and shit. Besta me natural, pura natural. Starring Troy Hill. Only, hey, kiss my black ass. You know,
I'm dead.
But outside of that, you know, I just really don't care. I mean, it's like, I would love to have that kind of money, but I also want to have like the love of my damn life and all that shit too. You know, but I mean, it's like some things in my life is like way more love of my life. but yeah, man, shit. Yeah, we could have a king size mattress that's filled up with fucking money and shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. So if I do win the Powerball and you sitting there at your domicile, wherever it may be, and you hear just like a subs just playing We Moving On Up, the theme song is like booming, shaking your shit. Yeah, you know Troy made it.
All you need to do at that point is get your fucking Ric Flair robot and let's ride.
Yeah, I'm like, woo! Right. I'll land a goddamn jetliner right on your fucking street. Wouldn't give a fuck.
Let me tell y'all something too.
They'll be like, what? They'll be like, what do the neighbors think? I'll be like, fuck the neighbors and shit. I paid them all off and shit. I evicted all of them. Anyways, this is our whole damn plot of land.
If y'all ever get a random,
you piss me off. You piss me off. I'm living across the street. I'll be back though.
If y'all ever get a random text from me that said I'm sending the plane, don't ask any questions. Just follow directions.
Okay. So we went around the table. What would you do, Mark?
Well, other than lose my mind for the first 2 weeks, because I've been on one side of the equation in a specific industry for a long time. It'd be nice to be back on the other side for a while. And after losing my mind for 2 weeks, I would probably, and I've actually done all the research. I figured it out that you can legally give somebody a one-time gift 15K. I already have a list of 20 people that would get
Nice.
a 15K cashier's check. Just here's 15K. Go, be happy. And then I would.
What is this K you're speaking of?
15,000. 15K. And
I was wondering. I hope somebody was asking. I didn't fucking know. Just kidding.
Is that
I would.
kilometers or kilograms or?
Well, if I'm sending you 15K a product, you
Right.
better get my percentage.
Amen.
No, but after I do that, set up my parents and then build my studio. Build my studio.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think with that kind of money, I think with that kind of money though, with like about 20 people, I could eliminate like 95% of their debt. No damn problem. And still have plenty for my damn self. You know.
Yeah, but
I think I could do that. Because I don't need to have after that point. I don't need to have like high tier, like close to a damn billion. At that point, all I need is like about 20 million and shit. And I'll be like, shit, yeah, I've helped these people out. I feel good. And fuck it. I'm going to sit back and relax and just watch a damn peaceful universe and shit.
Right.
You know?
Because at that point, for me, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to, I've got my studio. I've got, $100,000 of new camera equipment. Okay, let's make some videos. Let's take some pictures. Let's build a table. Let's produce a coffee table book, and then just enjoy life. I mean, I would probably spend more in equipment than I would in my own house.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't doing shit. I ain't working. I ain't got no motherfucking hobbies. I ain't doing shit. In Africa, playing with lions, tigers, bears, Mufasa, Simba, that's what I'm doing.
No, please include me in the top of your list of your will, because those lions.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, holding you down. Yeah, you'll surely die.
I'm playing with the motherfuckers. I don't care.
But this has been a great show. We're about ready to sign off and stuff. I hope everyone enjoyed the program. Got any final thoughts on the program tonight, Mark? And you'd like to say goodbye to the people?
No real final thoughts. Just, pardon me, be safe. Take care of you and yours, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Okay, what do you got, Lee?
I appreciate the listens. Keep listening, and you guys really don't know how much it means to us, but just keep on keeping on. God bless you.
Okay, what do you have, Lisa Lee?
First, thank you guys for having me. I feel really special. I feel blessed to be on here with you guys. And yeah, y'all keep the show as the feel good show, and not this particular one, but these guys, they're good at what they do. So keep sharing and get your calm fix on by listening to them. And hopefully I'll get to sit in again sometime.
Oh, anytime. Well, what do you got there?
I just want to say thank you to everyone, definitely be safe out here. And kind of to piggyback off what you had said earlier, Troy, like to everybody out here, man, that you're going through stuff, know that you got yourself that you can build off of, and you got 7 brothers and a sister right here on this show and on Lisa's show also that are here for you. So just take a listen, reach out to us. We'll try to help you as much as possible. And thanks once again.
That was really good stuff there, and I 100% agree.
I would like to personally thank Country Grammar for being on the show. It was very nice to meet you. Very enjoyable.
I really thought we were going to just be done with that, Lee.
We're done with the show now, Miss Country. So.
Well, we're almost done.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was off.
Yeah. Goddamn.
My next show by myself is about removing toxic people, places, and things from your life, Lee.
Toxic people, places.
Well, at least you said Lee.
I could have sworn you were referring to her as Lisa Lee, though.
Lee's my middle name.
Okay, Lee.
Okay, so touche. I see I've met my match from a witty standpoint. I'll be better prepared next time. I didn't know Lee was going to be on here this time.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah. Well, this has been a really great show. And I like to thank all the co-hosts being part of the show tonight, and I hope you guys also enjoyed the show. We want to talk about positive things and be fun and try and help people. Just talk about just like random things about just life in general. There's a little bit of uncertainty on things in the world right now, but you know what? That's okay. It's really, really okay. So, I mean, I encourage people to keep being strong, keep being kind to people, and take this time where you might have to sit, kind of in your own space for a little bit. Take this time to recharge and reprogram yourself. Learn to love yourself. And now when I say learn to love yourself, I'm not saying learn to love yourself to the point where you can't love anybody else. Learn to love yourself. Do you know what your expectations are, how you should actually be treated? And at the same time, bounce that off to the same person to others across, in the world. I mean, whether it's weight loss or if it's, you want to be more financially stable, or just trying to erase all the negative nonsense in your mind and try and fill some positive stuff in there. This is our moment for us all to improve. And, there's going to be people that's going to challenge you. There's going to be people that's going to say you're not this and you're not that. I guarantee you, if it's 2 weeks, if it's 3 weeks, a month, 3 months, whatever is going on with this stuff, when it's all said and done and they see you again, show them who the fuck you are.
Oh, goodness.
Period. Show them who you are. Show them that you put in the work. Show them you got things straightened out. Show them you can do all these damn things. And most importantly, yeah, you're going to show them, but it's not for them. It's for the person that you look into every single day you look in the mirror in the morning. It's for your damn self. We're all put on this earth to be great. Some might be greater than others, and that's okay. But we all are part of the puzzle in this damn world to make things go, to make things keep on moving. So when this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people we wanted to be. We were called to be. We hope to be, and may we stay that way, better for each other because of the worst. So we all got to keep on moving forward, and we all got some damn work to do. So I say, in the famous words of WellTech guy, come on and get yourself off your goddamn ass. It's simple math, motherfucker. It's time for us all to reprogram and improve. And that's all I got. So, anybody else?
I feel like I just caught the Holy
You
Ghost.
made me feel like catching the gloves and going to hit the bag for a minute, bro.
Because Mickey loves you. Anyways, that's a Mickey shit from Rocky. I love that shit. Anyways.
Thanks again, Miss Lisa Lee Weatherly.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, retool, reprogram. There's so many damn videos on Instagram, or not Instagram, but YouTube every morning about affirmations. Positive affirmations, because we all got negative shit in our brain. We need to release that negative energy at all damn costs. Be who the fuck we're supposed to be. And show them who we are. But I'm out.
Well, if ever there was a mic drop moment, that was it.